Good, man. Banks, what's up, brother?
What up? What up? What up? How you feel?
I'm good, man. Good to see you, man. Long time, very long time.
Yeah, yeah, man.
You look good,
Moved.
man.
Thank you. You too. We got a little
Good,
older,
man.
but we still looking good though.
Yeah, we trying, man. So what's new in your life, man?
What's new? Um, you know, I would say I would say the same old same, but just dealing with business. Of course, real estate and DJing. The main things to keep me
All right.
you know,
So so before
keep me
so
busy.
so before we get into the real estate thing, let me ask you, DJing during the pandemic, what's the song that tears up the club right now, man? Because I don't know, I don't go out no more, man.
You know, we have uh Moneybag Yo. That's
Money bag, yo.
what's that? Yeah, money bag. And here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest, right? Like, I stay in my lane. I
Mm-hmm.
still keep up with some of the things, but I was just having this conversation last night. Like, to trap it out all night long. Like,
That's a lot.
I'm a
That's a lot.
exactly. I'll play some trap, but my lane is just throwbacks, '90s, and just different genres and bringing everything together.
Nah,
You
nah,
know.
nah. I got you. I got you,
I
man.
feel like I now feel like our parents, it's all the same beat.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Son, I've been having that issue too with new music. Definitely. I ain't gonna lie. Moving down here to Atlanta definitely opened me up to a lot of it because this is like, it's all seem like it's all this is the epicenter of it. You know what I mean? So
Right, right.
you hear it all the time, you get used to it, and you start. And another thing that helped me was that a lot of people that live down here, they broke down the lyrics for me, so then I understand what people are actually saying. So that made
Right,
me more
right,
interested in, like, oh, okay, he's not mumbling, he's actually talking local slang. Okay, that makes sense.
right.
He's actually has decent wordplay. So that was
I mean,
definitely.
I picked up on that, but when you're in the for me and the era that where we come from, when you're in
Hmm.
the club and that's the same, it's like they have the same only five different drum patterns that all trap music uses.
Yeah,
And the same. So it makes it
yeah,
like,
it's the
okay, I
same.
need I need I need some variety, you know.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, exactly. It is like five different drum patterns. You know what I mean? But that's Maul. What's up, brother? That's like from sampling. You know what I mean? You can't sample no more. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
that
But that mean
definitely.
that's where the music, but the talent of the music come in. Was that
Right.
was that Jamal? His birthday was
That's
the other day.
Maul. Yeah, happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Maul.
man.
Word up, Maul. Happy
It's my
birthday to
man.
you. Yeah, man. Definitely a good dude, man. Definitely a good
Look.
dude.
So let me tell you, when I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
so he was the big homie, right?
Right. Right.
I think it was a forerunner. I think he had a forerunner, something like that, right? Some SUV. So
All had
chilling
a
outside.
forerunner.
I think it was some SUV. I want to say it was a forerunner. You
Ooh.
know,
Oh,
like
snap. In high school?
look, like help me
Oh, so he
confirm,
went
or
like,
so he was
wow.
just like he was a dude we looked up to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yo, Mo always
So
been a cool dude, even killed. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean?
it's my man.
Definitely. So, we got a couple people in here now. So let's get to the meat and potato. Let's talk about this real estate market right now, man. You
All
know,
right,
over the pandemic, a lot of people predicted that it was going to go down. But right
right,
now, things are popping. They sizzling hot. You know what I mean? So
yo.
let me ask you, is it a good time to buy?
That's the thing. I don't care in any market. It depends on which side you're on. It depends on what your strategy. Depends on which side you're on, right? So when the pandemic hit, a lot of us in real estate were like, "Oh my goodness, like what the right?"
Right.
And it seems like out of nowhere, what happened was that it became this on the retail and on the investment side, it
Hmm.
became this very strong sellers market, crazy, right?
Very strong.
Where like I tell people all the time, like it's one of my deals I put on the market. I was gonna list it at like 169.9.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on the market on Wednesday, and by Friday I had 15 offers on it,
Wow.
right? The highest offer I got was $230,000.
So they went 70 grand over a list.
Yes, yes, no inspection contingencies, nothing. It didn't appraise for 230. It ended up appraising for 216. But
Mm-hmm.
still, at about 170 and 216, that's a big number, right?
That's a
That's a
big
big
number.
gap.
Yeah, that's a big jump. Yeah.
But that's how the market has been going on that side, right? So if you have a property and let's say you've rehabbed the property and you're going to sell that property, of course,
Good time to
that's
sell. Yeah.
exactly, but you're a rehabber. That's what you do
Right.
anyway.
But
But like I tell, mhm,
what if you looking for your home? You know what I mean? Like you looking for your home. You know what I mean? A personal home. You know, first time home buyer, or you got a house. You've been there like 10, 15 years. You want to get something bigger. What do you think about that aspect?
well, and that's where you got to really ask yourself, like what is the end goal, right? So like you said, you have a house to sell, so automatically, if you have a house to sell and it's a strong seller's market, you know that you're gonna get top dollar at this point, right? But then on the other side of it, you have to buy. So now you have to really ask yourself, what is it I'm really looking to do? So
Right.
it's not like you're looking to profit. If you're looking to buy and you're gonna live in this property, it's not like you're gonna profit. You're looking to profit. You're looking
Right.
for longevity, right? You're gonna be there for maybe 10, 15, 20 years. So now,
Right.
does it really matter? Does it really
Yeah.
matter as long as you're getting what you want, right?
Right.
Um, but because the flip side to that is in these situations, you may have a higher price point, but the interest rates are low, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Versus so now it's like so what does your payments look like? Does it
Right.
really matter 10, 15 years down the line, right? On
Gotcha.
the flip side, you may have a lower price point, but then your interest rates are higher. So
Right.
it's kind of
It's like
that's
you gotta look at it. I understand what you're saying. I definitely
right. So
understand
it's
what you're
like
saying.
what is it that you're really looking to do? So
Right.
you know, and
Every situation is unique. That's what I'm trying to
exactly,
say.
exactly,
So what
right,
about investing? Since you told me that you're really into the investment thing right now, and I'm real happy
right
for you,
now.
brother, man. I mean, like I've known you about 20 years. It seemed like
Has it been
we've
that
been.
long?
It's been we met
It's
in like
been well,
2000
Trent is
and
21. Trent is
exactly.
21.
So your
So
son is
dang,
yeah, it's almost like 20 years, yo. Honestly,
yeah.
so you got to think like ever since then you've been going real estate. That's been your drive. So,
Mhm.
how investing? What would you give our listeners who are thinking about getting into investing in properties? What should they look for? What should they do? You know what I mean? How would is it for everybody? Are they better just leaving their money in the bank? Like I mean, what advice do you got for them?
See, here's the thing. So I do my seminars and all that other stuff.
Yes,
It,
sir.
so it's like when I talk about DJing now, right? So
Yeah,
the
I got
first
you.
thing the first thing you got to ask yourself, like I said, one of the first things is what is it you're looking to do, right? What is your goal?
Right.
And so I have a mastermind, and I had this 19-year-old just got his real estate license, right? And he wants to invest. My man, I'm proud of him. So I'm talking to him. I'm like, what's your why? Like, what is the reason why you want it? I want to make money? That's not a strong enough reason. So the first you
Right.
gotta ask yourself, like, what is it you're looking to do, right? So once you figure out that, now you gotta figure out what does your money look like,
Right.
right? Do I have enough money to execute that strategy?
So hold
Okay,
on, real question. What is enough money? Like, what is
it
enough
it
money? Because like somebody might think, okay, I got 10 grand. If you want to buy a house for yourself, that's a nice start for a down payment. But in investing, is it the same? Like, or you need to be looking at
yes.
yes,
Is but see, but let me qualify my answer though. right?
Okay.
So there's many different strategies in real estate. And when I have my investors and I have my I guess you could say my students, I feel funny saying that, but um, I talk about different strategies. So it's not just is we're not just talking about fixing and flipping. We're not just talking about buying and holding, right? So we're also talking about wholesaling, right? Wholesaling, you can get into wholesaling with no money, right? You'll have a very thin budget, but you can get in wholesaling, still make money, right?
Hmm.
But then you
And what?
also
Hold on.
have,
What is wholesaling? Because
oh, okay, um, wholesaling is like this, right? I'm gonna just a real simple example. I
right,
talk to you, I talk to you, the seller. You're telling me that you have a property to sell. I negotiate a price, let's say of $50,000, right?
hmm,
You and we create a contract, and I now have equitable rights to this property,
right.
right? So I can sell my equitable rights. Okay.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
now so you're the seller, I'm the buyer, and we agree to $50,000, right?
Right.
I go since it's Jamal, I'm gonna give him a property here, right? So I go to Jamal, and Jamal is like, I'll buy that for 60. I'm
Right.
looking for a property in that same area with this condition for 60,000. So now I'm gonna take that contract and I'm gonna assign that contract to Jamal for 60,000. So now he's the end buyer, right? And of course, it's $10,000 in the middle. So 50, you get your 50, Maul pays 60,
Right.
and at the closing table, I get a check for $10,000,
Right.
right? So
Damn.
that's
So
another
that's just like
strategy,
that's almost like a finder's fee.
right? Something like that. So if
Wow,
that's how
that's
you want to say
crazy.
it, yeah. And but then you have other strategies like guaranteed rent,
Right.
right? And guaranteed rent is me controlling a property with the master lease and uh, and subleasing it to someone else.
Right.
So for example, I had these two properties, um, and I controlled both properties, and I was paying $700 a piece for these properties.
Right.
The right, and one property I ended up renting that out for 14. I'm sorry, 1525,
Hmm.
right? Because it was based off of the negotiation. The
Right.
other property was actually the house next door to my brother some years ago, right?
Right.
Um, and I ended up renting out the rooms on that one because
Wow.
yeah, so that deal, that whole deal, never owning the property, that whole deal, I made $2,200 a month for 24 months.
Wow.
And
That's
never
crazy. So
and I got into that deal. I only paid $300 because it had a couple small repairs that needed to
mhm.
be done. So $300, I made $2,200 a month for 24 months.
Wow. So that's awesome. That's awesome. So in other words, there's other deals instead of just buying, fixing up, and flipping. There's other ways in this game to make money.
Right, man. I tell people all the time, real estate is like the strategies when you're talking about real estate. Real estate is like a body of water, right? A big ocean of water.
Right.
It's so many strat. And the problem is you have people that come in and they try to drink the whole ocean, right?
Yeah.
And when you do that, you drown. But if
It's
you
true.
learn bit by bit and think, like you said, it's been a while with me, so I've been, learning. So if you're taking sip by sip, now you're taking it in a whole lot better.
Right.
And you know, so
Gotcha. I totally understand. Well, yo, you said you do seminars for me. If anybody watching was interested in getting in a seminar, where could they find it, man?
so in Baltimore, shout out to my partner Charles Blair. So we have I am part of the Real Deal Meetup, and
Okay.
we meet every fourth Saturday in Baltimore, um, at the Best Western on O'Donnell Street, right?
Wow,
Um,
Best Western. Yo, I remember that
yeah,
used to be the Travel Plaza back in the day.
yeah, the Travel Plaza,
Wow,
exactly.
that's crazy.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So you meet there every fourth Saturday. And then I have real estate into retirement that I do with Natasha Mills and my man Calvin Harris. And that's an online seminar. Um, and we just, we send out we send out advertisements for that. What else? Then I have other seminars that I just randomly do. And once now everything is opening back up, hopefully doesn't close back up based off of the Delta variant, right? We want to start back up with
I heard they got a
real meals and
lambda.
deals.
I heard they got a lambda variant now. That's crazy. Like,
Yeah, I heard about a new one. I didn't
yeah,
look into it, but damn, yeah,
yeah, they got
man.
a lambda variant. Like, yo, it's crazy, man. It's just getting all over the place, man. I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, it's crazy. So, what up, cousin? You got a question? Give him a second. See if we had a question. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? We, before we get Cory out of here, man. Unless you want to stay and talk. You know, we got another topic of the night is dating and co-parenting. You know, something me and you definitely
Yeah.
know about. So if you want to hang around, I was waiting for Ward to come in.
I'm cool with that.
All right,
I'm
all
cool
right.
with that.
I'm waiting for Ward. I don't know where Ward is at. Where's Ward? I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna text him right now, see what he's doing, man. If not, we're gonna get the party started. Oh man. Yeah, so shout out while I'm hitting this dude up. Shout out your IG where they can find out if they are in the Maryland area and want to take the seminar real quick.
So first, I'm known as Agent Cory Banks, Realtor 007. And
All
so
right, real easy to find.
right, so you can hit me up at Agent Cory Banks 007 on IG. As far as or just Google hashtag Realtor 007 and you'll see a bunch of Agent Cory Banks stuff, things that
All
come
right.
up. Agent Cory Banks on YouTube, on Facebook. That's the
All
brand.
right. Well, yo, man, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming in and giving us your insight on real estate. So now we're gonna jump to the next part of this show. We're gonna talk about dating and co-parenting.
Oh boy.
Now, this one could be something. Now, I think let's focus on co-parenting first, because you know, as black men, you know, co-parenting can be really tough. You know, because you know, dealing with a ex that you're no longer with can really be hard. And I know me and you definitely went through our share of issues with this.
Right. Right.
So let me ask you a question, man. As you're older, do you, if you could do it all over again, would you do it differently?
Definitely.
All
Um
right.
the so my actually so you know my oldest son's mother and I, that was like she was the Joker to my Batman, right?
Right.
And so that for me that's the running joke.
Right.
And you know, now we're older and like things are different. Like that's we're good friends, you
Yeah.
know. And it changed. I'm gonna tell you when it changed. It changed when my son was having an issue and I was just like, look, man, let's get through this. Let's get on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
And once this issue is over, we can go back to not liking one another. But let's join forces and make this happen. And she was like, all right. But what that did was it opened up more conversation between us. And what I when I realized the conversation we had, it came down to mainly one situation that changed it all, right?
Right.
And when she told me about that situation, I explained to her, I said, you know, at that time I was crying out for help, but I didn't know how to articulate. I was young. I didn't
Right.
understand my feelings. I didn't know how to articulate,
Right.
you know. And what happened, what was happening, and happened in many cases, that
Mm-hmm.
we as people, I feel like we change every 5 to 7 years. So here we are. We had a baby at 21 and 20, or 22 and 23, and here we are, you know, late 30s, early 40s, or whatever, and we're still treating one another as if we were the same people back when we were 22 and 23. We've
Right.
grown since then.
Yeah.
Everybody else have seen our growth, but us, because we're still battling back and forth, and we can't see that.
No, no,
You
no. I
know,
agree. One thing, like I have exactly like Jazzy Viper said, it's always communication is always the issue. One
right?
thing, because I have two kids, right? I got Jaden who's 20, about to be 21 also. Then I got Mia
Damn.
who's yeah, exactly. And then I got Mia who's 6. So,
Mm,
like the Jaden, raising her, with her mother, it was definitely difficult. Especially with the communication and everything, definitely a lot of immaturity with
mm-hmm.
dealing with her. Now, my situation with my youngest daughter's mother is a lot better because I matured a lot. I
Right.
don't get upset with a lot of the attacks that I used to get. You know what I mean? I let it
Mm-hmm.
go. You know what I mean? That right there has kept me, a level ground when when she's upset about things or she's giving me bad attitudes, I walk away. You know what I
Right.
mean? Sometimes she does it too, but I think I'll be honest with you. Many times I gotta play the bigger person. Just to keep 100 with you.
Right.
But I definitely think that the main thing that makes it difficult is you know it seems like there needs to be a lot of healing going on.
Yeah.
That's not happening. You know what I mean? So,
Definitely.
but like I love my kids. Like I moved down here to be closer to my youngest daughter. So, they always took a priority in my life. So
Right.
that's always been an issue, especially when it comes to dating. Now, have you ever had women felt who didn't respect the involvement that you had with your children? Because that happened to me before.
Um. No, I can't say it was. You know, it was more because what I try to do is, especially now, what I try to do is make it a comfortable environment and set
Right,
expectations. And if if you can't respect that, right? Y'all don't have to be best friends. You know what I'm saying? But
hmm,
if you can't at least respect the fact that I have a good rapport, good relationship with my child's mother, you want us to be at odds. You have some toxic traits that I can't deal with, so you gotta
right.
get away from me. You know.
No,
So
I understand that also. Yeah, I have dealt with that situation. A lot of toxic traits. Especially with women. Is anybody else here who got anything dealing with dating and children? You know what I mean, co-parenting, like to express their feel? Please feel free to hop on. You know what I mean. We would definitely like to hear your opinion. Yeah, but like I had one woman who, I actually heard her say like, I wish you didn't have that much involvement with your child. And
does she have
that
kids?
and she had a kid, yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
She had a kid, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then it was over after that, yeah. No,
Right.
honestly, yeah. So I was like, like I don't understand that. So, to me, I've met women, yeah, exactly, Jasmine. Wow, yeah. To me, that relationship, it was dead after that. You know what I mean? It was over. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, she became a booty call. You know what I mean? Like, because I just,
I can't. I can't
I
even get
just think
that.
this,
Mm-mm.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Let me tell you.
all
You
right,
know, as what I've learned, right? What I've learned in my and I'm still learning, right? But I've learned more about how a man is supposed to lead,
right.
right?
All right,
And
oh, okay, let's go there. All right,
here's the
all right,
thing,
brother.
you know, I was having this conversation. I have a lot of these conversations. You know, people call
Mm-hmm.
me, we just talk, whatever, right?
Right,
So one of the things we're so focused on, I feel like we're so focused on what we want versus what we need at the same time, right? And when I say need, I'm not talking about I need a woman to cook. They're like wants, right? But where am I going in my life? What direction am I going, right? Whether it's business, whether it's family, whether it, if I'm looking to get married, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
where am I going in my life? Now, what type of woman do I need that's gonna have that same mindset and complement that, right?
Exactly.
But too many times we're like, but yo, she bad as a motherfucker, she fat as shit, whatever the
Yep.
case, right? And now we get caught up, and now here we are in this situation. So I feel like that's the first part about leading. We gotta understand who we are and where we're going. Because how you gonna lead somebody somewhere and you have no idea, you have no clue, no plan as to
You
where
know
you're going.
something? I read a book. It was called The Ways of the Superior Man. And they
Mm,
talked about this. They said a man should spend he should spend his time focusing on his what he was put on this earth to do. And once he finds that, that should be his main focus. Once he
mm,
gets to a point where he's gained wealth and has things, then he can find a woman to share it with. You know what I
right.
mean? That way, but a man, you should, as a superior man, you should let your family know that my priorities is my life lessons, what I was brought on this earth to do. And like I'm here for my family, but that should be your main focus, and your family's supposed to understand that. So that was an interesting thing because you touched on a lot of things right now that they were talking about in the book. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, like, and it goes back. So once you understand and you're like, this is what I need, right?
Right.
That means certain types of people can't even get next to you. I
Exactly.
can't deal with that.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, you look good. Yeah, you're fat as a motherfucker. Oh yeah, you're probably nasty as shit, but uh whatever. I'm just saying, like we keep it
I
real,
feel you.
right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You may have all of that, because that's what I wanted before, and that's all I was looking at. But now it's like, hold up. Now I'm in this drama filled situation. How did I get here?
Exactly. How did I
Because it
get
was,
there?
you know what I'm saying?
Because you
Because I
wasn't
wasn't
leading the right way.
exactly, and part of
I
leading is, like
understand.
I said, who comes into your space? Who's
Yeah,
coming in?
exactly.
So,
You have to
you
control
know,
that.
right,
No, I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Yeah, but as I was younger, like those are the kind of things that I would experience that like would really turn me off when I was dating. You know what I mean? And then
right,
like, like and so I developed a way of like, I would let women meet my daughter probably earlier than they thought I would. Most people would do because I wanted to see first, are you good with kids?
right,
Because if I took you out, I kind of like you. I kind of understand that. You know what I mean? But like, it's like, why would I wait until I'm like all in love, and then you meet my child, and then I'm like, oh wow, I don't like the way you interact with my child. I want to find that out as
right.
soon as possible. You know what I mean?
It's funny because I had a situation that I was in
Hmm.
for some years,
Right.
right? And you probably know a little bit about the situation, right?
Hmm.
And when it was time, and we lived together for about 9 years or
Right.
whatever,
Yo, cousin,
and
hold on.
I
I'm gonna get
was
you in soon, cousin. Go ahead, Cory. I'm sorry.
we lived together for like 9 years. I was stepdad to her kids.
Hmm.
Like I was right, and then now my son has an issue, and me and his mom, she's like, well, he has to come and live with you.
Right.
And my woman at the time, she tells me, she's like, I'm not looking to be a stepmother. What? We in this 9 years at this point, and
Exactly.
now my son
Now my
hadn't
son ain't
just
welcome. That's
right.
crazy.
Whoa! So I had to remove myself from the situation and get me and my son. But it's like I didn't see those signs before. You know, it didn't sink, but it
Yeah, but
So
and
yeah,
that's
I
what I'm
see what you
talking
say.
about. That's why I started doing that. Yeah, it's messed up. Hold on, let's
Right.
get my cousin in here. He wanted to say something. Yeah, she said, okay, Miss Tripp had a question. How do you feel about dealing with a woman that has a good relationship with their child father? Me personally, I welcome it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I welcome it.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. So here's the thing. In that same situation, right? In that same what's up, man?
What's happening?
In that same situation, um, the youngest daughter's father was very active in her life.
Right.
We didn't like one another only because he was mad at me because he wanted to be back with her, and you know, I'm the guy, right? But at the same time, it was a respect thing. We may not like one another, but I respected you as
Right.
the father.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
prom came up. I stepped back. He had to invite me. He's like he respected me for certain things too.
Right.
Prom came up. He had to invite me to come and take the pictures because that's your moment. I'm not gonna. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
yeah, I commend that too. So
Hold on a second. Yo, Cory, this is my cousin Hakeem. This is my
what up,
man
Hakeem?
Cory.
What's
Yo,
going on?
Queen B had a question. She said 9 years, no legal commitment. Now I see why.
I wanted
Wait a minute, Queen B. That's
to
not
was just
totally
looking.
fair because that is not fair because you can say that maybe he saw those red flags in those 9 years and she didn't give him a
Look.
zone where she felt like.
Let's talk about it. And that's the thing. It's all it. I say this all the time. Is somehow or another is always the man's fault. Where women automatically assume is always the man's fault, and that's not always the case. It could be the woman or it could be both, right? So, and this in this particular situation, this was around the time I was also starting. I was just starting my business, right? So, financially, things were a little up and down, right?
Right.
And at this point now, I'm being talked down to because I'm looking to level up, and it's not in the way that's and quote unquote commonly done. Like me leveling up, meaning like I'm supposed to get a second job, right?
Right.
Or I'm supposed to get a promotion. But here I am, I'm starting a business and I'm doing all of these things, but you're talking to me like real disrespectfully, and then doing disrespectful things.
Yep.
Should
I
I,
agree.
should I make a commitment to that?
Nah,
If I understand what I'm
exactly.
saying?
So hold on. That's what Queen B said. That's what she was saying. She's saying that she could see why you didn't commit to the woman. So she
Okay.
cleaned it up. Okay. So
My
we ain't gonna
apologies.
go
I
there.
don't want any trouble.
All right.
Yeah,
So Hakeem,
I was about to
you
say.
said there was something. What you
I,
had? What's up, cousin?
I was actually reading the way I interpreted it too. I was with him. I was like, hold on. First of all, what's so important about legal commitment? Like, is it because he can't leave without giving you something, or she can't leave without giving you something? I mean, when it comes to a legal commitment, it's almost as if it's like a safety net. If I'm
Well,
committed to,
that's what it is.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Uh,
But I was trying to
I,
figure out, like, is that the reason
I,
for it? Is it just because it's a safety net? Because then, if that's the case,
I guess I look at it differently because like on a on one hand on the biblical aspect of it, and then on the other hand, it goes back to leading, right? I was told I was told some years ago when I first got into business, I would take all these pictures with a bunch of women and post them on social media, right? I'll see women out and I'm like, yeah, and they were like, oh, Cory, every time I see you with a different woman, right? It sounded cool back then. And then um, one of my man put me, he said, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, what? He says, understand this. When when someone is looking to do business with you and they see all of that, you look unstable,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
yeah.
So
Now the
it,
thing about it was cool though. You know what I mean? Don't get
right,
it
it was
twisted.
cool back then, right? Yeah, yeah.
It was
But
cool. In your
but
20s, it was cool.
but he was like, you look unstable.
Right.
and people are gonna hesitate to do business with you, right? So I'm gonna bring it back to this. So um so now and I start looking at that differently. Even now, it's like when you have married couples, married men, married women, and they're in business, they get invited and get different opportunities than single guys or single women, right?
Right.
They're in different circles and
Different
things like
circle.
that,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So they're looking at it from a perspective of like, well, this guy can commit and we can follow, right? Women, I feel like women look at it the same way. Like, I will follow you more because you are able to commit to me. Not the legal
No.
aspect. You're saying to me that I'm I'm your person. I'm your one, and that's
Well,
it.
well, the thing about it is, I think the biggest misconception when you talk about marriage, and I gotta agree with Queen when she said marriage is a business. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
cause
That
like you
yep,
talking about in
yeah,
agree.
America, it's not. Like you don't have to go to the church to get married. You go to the courthouse. You know
okay,
what I mean? Like even if a pastor you do it in a church, you still have to have that legal document.
right,
It's like it's similar like forming a corporation. You know what I
hmm
mean? Or a partnership. You get your homeboy, you and your homeboy
right,
like, yo, I'm in the game and you in the game and let's start a gaming company. All right, boom. That's it. Look, I like you, you like me. Let's go and build a life together, have kids and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
right.
That's what marriage is saying. And just like a partnership, when it's like, hey, I don't know if it's working out, I want to do my own thing, then you could do that also. And that's the divorce. So, like it's not, like even though they put religion into it, it's not in America based off solely religion. You know what I
But
mean?
yeah, but even still, I start with the biblical aspect because I'm making a covenant before God. Look, God, this is how I'm going to live my life, right? I'm
Right,
going to commit to this person, and I'm making a covenant to you and her that this is how I'm going to live my life,
right,
right? But at the same time, yeah, marriage is a business. Your household is a business,
exactly.
right? And I think that's where a lot of us men go wrong because we're like, yeah, we gotta rule this way. You do what I say. But again, it goes back to leading. A great leader also knows how to follow, knows how and when to follow. Get what I'm saying? So if I'm like this, if I know, so for instance, let's
All
say
right,
I'm a great cook. I'm a great cook,
all
right?
right.
But I don't know a damn thing about changing oil on my car.
Can't
My
change.
let's say my wife, her father was a mechanic and taught her how to be a mechanic. Why
Mm-hmm.
should I let my male ego get in the way of letting her? If you know what I'm saying, it's like knowing where to follow,
You
knowing
gotta know
how
the
to follow.
latch. You gotta
Exactly.
know the. I
So
feel you.
now, so now, if I'm good with making the money and she's good at where to put the money, we're gonna work together because we're gonna
Right.
build like that.
What if
Versus,
she's better at making the money?
What if she's better at making?
That's where the things get crazy. Hold
right?
on, what you
And
gonna say, cousin?
well, guess what?
I
Guess
was
what?
thinking
We
the same thing you
again,
were.
that's part of knowing when to follow, right? Because part of following is learning. So that means I need to level up. I need to learn too. Get what I'm saying? I need
Yeah.
to learn some. I need to learn some extra strategies and extra ways to make money. She is okay for her to teach me
That's
that.
yo,
Now,
something, and I agree with you. Like I feel like if I got a woman and she's making more money than me, my job. Let's keep going. Yo, Corey, you just got a job, yo. They
what
saying bring
happened?
you back. They said bring Corey back. How you feeling, Corey? Some, but what I'm saying is that my thing is that I want to go out there and be a better earner. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to
Right.
sit home and because to me, that's not masculine. I got to go out there and get something done. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever it is. That's how
Real
I look
quick.
at it.
I'm still listening. I'm listening though.
All right, all right, all right. Corey got to step away, people. All right,
I'm
Hakeem.
listening. I'm listening.
All right, he's listening, but I know you wanted to say something, man. I'm sorry. Let's get into it. What you had to say, cousin?
Honestly, nah. He touched parts that I agreed with and both disagreed with. But when it came to the last part, you got to it before I could. Yes, I don't mind my woman being a better, knowing how to earn money better than me. But that just means she can teach me something. And you got to be willing.
Yeah, me personally, I'm going out there. I'm working harder. I've got to grind harder to, like Fabulous just say, I got to match her fly.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you a question though.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? And so what if you're working harder is still not that thing that's going to earn money? She's going to teach you. She has strategies where you don't have to work as hard.
Oh, you're going to
actually work as.
But that's
right. That's what I'm saying. So right.
But what I'm saying is that, and what I get is this: these women go out here these days and they go out and they give a dude a chance who may not be on their level. However, the thing is that they don't want to take that opportunity. You know what I mean? They don't want to learn off of her. They just want to live, and that's where people get upset. Right. And that's what I get from speaking from a lot of women. It's like, yo, this dude want to sit at home, smoke weed, and play video games. Nah, get that. You know what I mean?
Different type of nigga.
Like, yo, I really need you to boss up and do some things.
Right.
What if you can't match her finally? I don't think you. Well, you can come closer. You know what I mean? All right, if she's a doctor, you may not be able to make doctor bread, but yo, you can't. You don't have to be stuck on. You don't have to be stuck on a low wage salary. You know what I mean?
That McDonald's wage.
But you know what though? That's but here's the thing. Now here's women get mad at me. But that's their fault too. That's part of the part where women have to take accountability as well. Right?
Okay.
Because
how's that their fault?
Because you're like, this is the man that you're choosing. And many times when I speak to women or I hear different stories about situations, it's a pattern of guys that they're choosing for whatever reason.
Oh man, that's simple.
Right?
That's already got a term. It's called PP.
Nah, I got you.
But now you chose this guy. So for instance, if it's a guy, he has 3 baby mamas, and he don't see his kids, and you have a 4th child with him, what makes you think that he was going to be a good father? The chances are him being a good father to that 4th kid. But now what happens is, niggas ain't shit, blah, 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 blah. But you're choosing the same type of guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's called
poor pussy. That's true. Because people be thinking they can change people sometimes. Does any lady want to hop in a box and give her point of view on this subject?
Any of the ladies. It doesn't.
Any woman.
Normally that's where the comments start jumping. What?
Hold on, I'm gonna invite somebody. I know she's gonna talk.
It ain't my fault. Your boy head bastard.
Let's see if she. Y'all doing okay. People can't change people. You gotta want to change.
One of the older ladies that I work with, she told me.
I'll chime in. Okay.
Poor pussy management.
Is that what it is?
PP. Yeah.
Wow.
Look. Well, it's a few songs about it. Pussy make the world go round. And once women really understand that to that degree, look, you'll have guys even pulling their pants up.
Y'all gotta excuse me. I just finished doing laundry.
You're fine. How you been?
How's it going?
I'm all right.
So yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of women have the mistake of choosing the same type of dude. I will say, personally, with my ex, he made less money than me, and it was an issue. He tried to make it like it wasn't an issue, but it was an issue. But he asked for help in certain things, and he wasn't making a ton less than me, but he was making less. He asked for help in certain things, and he didn't execute. He didn't do those things. And it wasn't until we broke up, he called me to apologize about everything and was like, I'm so sorry. All the stuff that I asked you to help me with that I wasn't doing, he went and did.
Wow.
He went and did. And I'm happy he did. Like, good, move on with your life. I could have I could have spared myself some annoyance, but I know women in situations where they might have been on par when they met, in one situation, the woman was making more at a certain point because he had lost his job or got laid off or something like that. And then she helped him elevate back to where he was or better than her at some point, and it all worked out. So it just depends on the person and the choices they're making and the people that they're dealing with, you know what I mean? So
No, I understand what you're saying.
yeah. But I think that a lot of men can't handle, not
So
some men can't handle a woman making more than them, no matter what. Like, I mean, if the woman's a lawyer and he's, you know, just got a regular 9 to 5 or like some type of office job where he's making less, I just have seen a lot of situations where it becomes a problem, and it's not a matter of, well, she can help me elevate. It's just anger about not making as much as the woman, you know?
yeah, I
And
agree.
I think that
That's a deep.
Like, you
that's
know,
more ego and
yeah,
ego and what's the word I'm looking for?
My man Ski said,
Like a
"Bring me the
scarcity,
woman with the
the
most
scarcity
money."
mentality.
What up, Ski?
yeah.
You know,
Hold on, what did Ski say?
He said, "Bring me the woman with the most money." See, that's a Brooklyn player right there. He's from Brooklyn. He don't care. He's like, "Yo, you got
In
money,
all
man, I'm
honesty,
good." You know what I
I
mean?
just, you know,
We gonna make
I
this
just
work.
wanted to give my
for
2
me
cents. I'm
personally,
like in the
No,
midst
I
of
appreciate you.
laundry,
Now I
but
got a question for you.
oh yeah.
hold on, before you
Are
continue.
you ever coming to homecoming?
Oh,
You know, you talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
Listen,
You
I
know,
was
Morgan,
all
MSU
set
in
to
the
go.
house.
2020 was gonna be my first homecoming in like at least 15 years, and COVID. So the next homecoming I can come to, I'm there with bells on.
All right. Yeah, because that one's gonna be crazy. All
Yeah,
right.
it's gonna be
Well,
crazy.
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
You're
it. Thank
welcome.
you, fellow alum. I'm gonna get you out of here.
All right.
Thank you for giving your support. You have a good evening.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
and here's the other part to that though,
hold
right?
on, hold on. Before
Like,
you continue,
All
man.
right,
Before you continue, because
hold on a second. Let me read some of these comments real quick because they be. All right, Queen Flicker says some people we meet are only meant to be just friends. The problem is when you try to have a relationship with every person who shows attention. Friend zone. Some people you need the friend zone. That's deep. That's very interesting. So Hakeem, what was you gonna say? Who was gonna talk? I forget. I'm confused.
what I was gonna say was, regardless of who makes more money or not, what does that have to do with me handling my business? What does that have to
Well,
do with me?
some men equate leading to being a financial leader. You
right.
know, like back in the day, yo, the man he went out there, he worked the farm, he took care of the chickens. You know what I mean? He killed the chicken. The woman he brought it in. The woman cooked the food, and you know what I mean. He cut down. He built the house. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what some men are taught. You know what I mean? That's how they feel. But you know, things are different. There's so much more way to lead. Yeah, I agree. There's more ways to lead.
Yeah,
You know what
because
I
she may
mean?
know how to make the money, but she don't know how to manage it.
She
You may
might
be a
be.
better money manager.
Kano here is directing. Shout out to Kane. Put another woman in the box. If a woman wants to get in the box, I had a friend. I
Tell
told her to
Kano what
come
up.
because let's see if I can get her in here. I think she joined. She was going to hop in. Yeah, Kano, put on a wig and hop in, son.
I haven't seen Kano in a minute. I'm gonna say last time I saw Kano, you were over there near TB's.
Ooh, nah,
That's
you
how
seen
long
me
it's
since
been.
then. Oh,
Oh wow.
wow.
Right.
Crazy. Shout out to TVs. Had a lot of fun nights in there. A lot
I
of
used to
fun
murder.
nights.
I used to murder like Sunday nights.
Oh man, it was crazy, man. That was some good times. But okay,
Yeah, man.
somehow we totally got off the subject. Like we was
Hey,
talking about co-parenting, and
Right.
now we got back to leading. And I think you are correct. Like being a good leader in co-parenting is good because even though you may not be that man of that house, you still have some influence. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, you just can't be so demanding. You got to go in there and take other avenues. You know what I mean? So, what do
Cause
you?
yo, it there times when it does become a situation, right? Whether you're in your relationship and you may have to like you understand where you're going, you understand how you gotta leave, right? And you might look at him and be like, hold up, we're not doing this. We're
Right.
gonna fix this versus no, you did this. No, we're not doing it. We're gonna fix this right now because we're not gonna move from this space and still be here. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus just F you, and keep it moving.
Right.
We have to take
Nah,
that
I
tone
totally
sometimes.
agree. I totally agree. Yeah, definitely. All right, Kane.
Oh shit!
Why are you
What's up,
hopping
my
in?
niggas?
Hold on,
What's
hold
up,
on.
my
We're black
niggas?
men, all right? We ain't niggas, all right? First of all.
All right,
Number
hold
two,
on.
you want to get in the
I'm a,
box, but you're sitting here in the dark, man. Let the people see you,
all
man.
right,
Why you
hold up.
you looking like
Just
you in
hold
a
up for
sunken place, dog? What you doing?
hold on for a second. Hold on
Okay,
for
but
a second.
why you getting yourself ready? Let's look. My parents and grandparents mastered blending our family. My paternal grandparents treated my mother like a daughter and my stepdad like a son-in-law. It made co-parenting for my parents easy. That's different. You're right. The elders definitely need to step up and show us the way. But I'll be honest with you, man. And there's not a lot of black men. We are a lot of cases. We are the elders. Maul, exactly, Maul. Here we go again. The Kano prime time with Courtney. What up, Kano? Yo, dude, man. Yo, dude. All
Nah,
right, you're in a
y'all
sunken place.
niggas is funny. It's not funny, but we just having a good time. So when I was like, yo, I would take myself out the box to put a woman in the box just so we could get a different aspect or different perspective. That's all.
So that's all you wanted to say?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Pretty
All
much.
right, I'm getting you out of here, man. Thank you. Round of applause for Kane for that moment of emphasis, man. Is there anything you want to say before you go, son?
Nah, I'm still listening. We can get back in the box, so it's all good.
All right, man. You out, Kane. Pleasure. Thank you for always supporting the show. You my brother. I love you. Peace. All right. That was Kano's moment. Gave him an opportunity to shine real quick. All right. Nate says, "Yep, you have to have a presence, but it has to be some kind of agreement with the plan." Absolutely, it's definitely an agreement.
Definitely.
Yes, do that. What you talking about, Jasmine? Like people are looking at respect my. Like, look,
What happened?
Kane is definitely in front of the show. He's on here every week if you watch us, and
And yes,
we
we go
always
way
give him a
back.
few minutes. We go way back, and sometimes we give him say something, we get him out of there. You know what I mean? Like, we definitely appreciate his support. You know what I mean? So okay, where were we? You know what I mean? I am kind of lost. So okay, let's go back. Yep, you have to have a presence and have some kind of agreement with the plan. And you know what? Another thing I did this time. What's next week topic? I haven't come up with it. I will email it to you. You know what I mean? I'm not sure where I'm gonna go next week. You know what I mean? I'm not even sure what we're gonna do next week because we got about 5 minutes left for the hour. You know, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep this one short and just go for an hour. Um,
It's been an hour already?
Yeah.
yeah, it's 55 minutes. Yeah, yeah,
Dang.
absolutely. Yeah,
Dang.
but what I wanted to do is say this: is that yeah, it's definitely important to have that communication. Communication is the key. I'm here till the end. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Communication has been the key the second time around for me. You know what I mean? Before I didn't have that communication with my youngest daughter and mother. I mean, my oldest daughter, with my youngest daughter and mother, we have communication. And that way I can have my influence in that household without being there. You know what I mean? So that's been a good thing. Corey, you
I'm
was
gonna say,
great. See you next week. They might bring back Corey, man.
but look, man, I'm gonna say it always starts with me.
Big Chuck,
You
man.
know,
I try to get you in the box. You fronted on me. All right, go ahead. I'm
but
sorry, Corey.
it always starts with me, right? I can't communicate if I haven't dealt with whatever it is that's keeping me from being able to communicate.
Right.
Like whatever traumas, whatever whatever the thought process, whatever I'm going through. If I can't, if I haven't dealt with that, I can't communicate. So I have to be mature enough to understand and be like, you know what? Let me fix this first, and then I can come back over here and we can better have a more effective communication. You know,
Nah, I agree. You know what I mean? And I honestly think that a lot of things that would have helped me out, was somebody actually telling me, sitting me down and talking to me like an older man. Like I didn't
right?
really have that. you know, something, there wasn't really that much around us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like me and you, we really didn't have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You know, I mean, we had it, but it wasn't that consistent, that consistency in the
yeah, that
house. But
consistent.
you know,
Yeah,
because
exactly. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, you know, like I had to wing it. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean?
and let's be honest. We also wasn't old enough. We wasn't mature enough at that moment at that time to
I
even
was
receive
wilding,
it.
man. Yeah.
Right. To even receive it, they were probably giving us game, but we weren't
What does
mature
the other
enough to even
parent want to
receive it.
be if the other parent wants to be cordial?
Say it
That's a
again.
good question. Well, you know, something, the other parent doesn't want to be cordial, you gotta manage the situation. You know, I'll be honest with you, man. I spoke to a therapist about this, you know, and they was like, yo, you gotta always keep a calm head, you know, and
Right.
you got to. It's like, you know, being political, you know, you gotta keep pushing for the things you want. And no
Hmm.
matter, and like Michelle Obama say, take the high road. Yo, we got 2 minutes. Y'all want to start this up again and keep it going, or y'all want to say it night?
I'm probably about to go because the dancers are starting to hit me up. So
All right, yeah, bring a dancer next week for me, cousin. All right,
I got
The
you.
something short,
dances.
about 5'2". Yeah, my cousin's like something like a pimp. You can communicate, but it's the other part of yo. All right, we're gonna keep it going.
We
We're gonna
gonna
start
edit.
it up again.
That is not finna be in the.
Nah, I'm joking, cousin. You know what I mean? Love is love, man. You know what I mean? I'll just mess with you. There's nothing wrong with having a way with the ladies, though, man. I ain't mad at you,
Hey,
man. But yeah,
if
something about 5'2"
not a,
brown skin, man. I appreciate you. If she don't know English, even better. All
ah,
right. With you, peace. All right, man. Yo, I'm gonna start this up again. You know what I mean? Cory, you wanna hop back in with me, or?
Yeah, we can. That's
All
fine.
right, bet. All right, Cory. We're gonna stop this right now. I'm gonna set it off. All right.
All right.